Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Appalachian State's offense will have the football first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Okay, ready? 3:25. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Mountaineers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's complete to the left. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. The Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Thundering Herd offense takes the field. It's our first look at them in this one. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last
breaks into the open. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Looking to throw, it's Trotter. Oh, they're after him! Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll move the wide receiver to the air on second down. Quickly complete. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Third down play from the gun. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him. Second time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. The run to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Raymond. Fires it down the seam. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Hines is back in the middle. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on third down. On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Grabbed over the middle, it's Cook. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. On 4th down, looking to pass. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He's not going to... Stop short on 4th down. They'll get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking downfield on 1st down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. We've reached the break, and Marshall is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going over the top. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, App State. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. To the air, it's Raymond. Get it out on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Marshall comes to the line facing 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. How big is this drive? Gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? You be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Mountaineers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Trotter. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Out of the gun, the inside give. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Unloads to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash hitch routes, and that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Quick release by the QB. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
You got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
He makes a grab. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. And the Mountaineers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll run it. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air, it's Raymond. Unloads it downfield. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They're setting up the screen. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Thundering Herd faces a 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got the big tight end on the corner route. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one in the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out, out-muscle everybody for the football.
There he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Marshall quick to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Scrambling away. He's going to run it. At the 20, he's got space. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And that was knocked away. The defender did a really good job. I would argue maybe he could have put his hands on that and caught it, but there's a reason he plays defense, but definitely a forced throw and really nice cover.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. That'll bring him to within 4. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Huntington. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pulls it in. It's Brown. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Marshall trying to move the sticks on fourth down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Still running at the 40. Turning it on. Running inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Firing to the right, complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on third down. Might be calling a hot route. Out of the shotgun on third down. Touchdown, Herd! They take the lead with the 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Off play action on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Back to throw, it's Raymond. Got the back over the middle. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. They'll give it to the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. Off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Marshall! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Well, they tried to go play action on that one to see if they could freeze the defense, but a great job getting to the quarterback, not being fooled by it and forcing the incompletion.
Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Motion from the wideout. And back to the air on second down. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Mountaineers will punt this one away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Marshall might go for a big play here on second and short. Bringing the heat. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That sack's on him, not the O-line. Third down coming. Looking downfield, it's Raymond. Rushes on him. Quarterback got it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Under fire. He's going to take off. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. Backed up now. Here's second and long. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Marshall comes to the line facing third and long. He lets it fly. Makes the grab at the 10. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Here's the pressure. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Back to pass, it's Trotter. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Defense showing blitz here. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just keep slinging it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Trotter. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing. First, they lost yardage.
And listen, everything's 4-down territory at this point when you're trailing by this much late in the game. So it's okay you didn't get the first down there, but now the pressure's on to convert this. Otherwise, it's ball game.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on 3rd down. Might be changing the route. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Right on target this time. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Off the play fake on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive, but hey, man, it's working, and if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Reads it, fires complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
and they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Looking to pass. It's Trotter. Here's a heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on third. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. He'll pull it down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Got room on the return. He's at the touchdown, Hurd! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return. And score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun to give, looking for room. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Handoff from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. And the Mountaineers will line up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good...